In this section, which is the fourth section of our lecture, now we will discuss the chronic tonsillitis. What's the etiology of chronic tonsillitis? What are the different types of chronic tonsillitis? How the patient with chronic tonsillitis will present, how we treat this condition, and also like the acute tonsillitis, there are complications of chronic tonsillitis. So we will discuss those complications also in this section. So chronic tonsillitis is, as we know, that acute tonsillitis or acute condition, if it's not treated properly or if it's recurrent or keep on coming, it becomes chronic, which is present for the long duration of the time. So causative factors for chronic tonsillitis, one is very important, is as a complication of acute tonsillitis. If the acute tonsillitis is not getting better and if it's become complicated, then we can have chronic tonsillitis. So one causative factor is a complication of acute tonsillitis. Microabscesses walled off by fibrous tissue. So if there is microabscesses formation which is healed or walled by the fibrous tissue, that can also lead to chronic tonsillitis. Subclinical infections of tonsil affects children and adults. Chronic infection in sinuses or teeth. So if there is chronic infection of the sinuses and teeth, it can also cause chronic tonsillitis. These are some causative factors that can lead to chronic infection of the tonsils. Types, we have chronic follicular tonsillitis like acute follicular tonsillitis. There are tonsillar crypts full of infected cheesy material show as yellowish spot. So if you see here the crypts of the tonsils, tonsillar crypts, they become filled with cheesy material, yellow pussy material, and it appears on the tonsils. This is as a result of that pus or cheesy material present in the crypts. Then chronic parenchymatous tonsillitis. These are the same types as we discussed about the acute tonsillitis also. So we have follicular tonsillitis, parenchymatous tonsillitis, which involve the tonsil substance, and it is hyperplasia of lymphoid tissue, enlargement of the tonsils. There is interference with speech, respiration, sleep apnea, and features of cor pulmonale. Now it's a chronic parenchymatous tonsillitis, so it leads to more severe condition of the patient. There is sleep apnea because the tonsils become so enlarged and they are blocking the oropharynx. The breathing is difficult, so there is sleep apnea, difficulty in breathing during the sleep, and also cor pulmonale, which is the combination of heart failure, respiratory failure. So heart fail as secondary to respiratory failure. So once the patient has sleep apnea, respiratory failure, respiratory obstruction, then this can in turn affect the heart of the patient and leads to the cor pulmonale. There is again interference with speech also. So these are all the effects of chronic parenchymatous tonsillitis. You can see there is hardly any space here. The tonsils are so big and enlarged, and they are making the breathing and respiration very hard. Then chronic fibroid tonsillitis. This is the different, we don't have acute fibroid tonsillitis. Fibrosis develop once the infection or condition is present for a long period of time. So that's why the fibroid tonsillitis is present only in chronic condition. So chronic fibroid tonsillitis, tonsils are small, infected, and there is sore throat present. Now there is fibrosis of the tonsils as a result of chronic infection, and this fibrosis or fibroid tonsils, they are smaller in size, they are not big as other types of tonsillitis. Clinical features of chronic tonsillitis, we have sore throat or acute tonsillitis. Irritation in the throat is also present, like there is a feeling of something present. Coughing is common. Halitosis and bad taste in the mouth. Bad breath is present and bad taste in the mouth as a result of infection. Thick speech, difficulty in swallowing is present. There is large and obstructive tonsils. So these are the clinical features of chronic tonsillitis: sore throat, difficulty swallowing, bad taste in the mouth, bad odor from the mouth, coughing is present, and there is large and obstructive tonsils present. Examination is tonsils, there is different degree of enlargement on examination. There are yellowish beads of pus are present. All these infections, we keep on seeing yellowish beads of pus on the tonsils. Chronic fibroid type, flushing of anterior pillars, enlargement of lymph nodes is present, and there is tenderness of the lymph nodes are present. So on examination, we see there are enlarged tonsils with the yellowish beads of pus present. There is flushing of anterior pillars, and there is enlargement of the jugulodigastric lymph nodes, and also tenderness present. Treatment is health and diet, healthy diet, and the rest is important. These are the conservative treatment methods. Treating infection of teeth, nose, and sinuses is present. Tonsillectomy, when tonsils interfere with speech, respiration. Once the chronic tonsillitis is present, or the tonsillitis or infection is present every month, 4 or 5 consecutive days, children are missing the schools, people are missing the work. So the ultimate treatment is tonsillectomy, removal of the tonsils, and that gives the relief to the patient. So tonsillectomy is the final treatment of the chronic tonsillitis. Complications are the peritonsillar abscess. This is present with the acute tonsillitis also. Peritonsillar abscess, parapharyngeal abscess, intratonsillar abscess, tonsillolith. Stones are formed in the tonsils because of chronic infections. That pussy, cheesy material sometimes become hard, and they lead to lith stone formation. Tonsillar cysts are produced. Infection in rheumatic fever, acute glomerulonephritis, also very common complication of tonsillitis, and eye and skin disorders are also present. Eyes becomes the red, infected, and inflamed. So these are the complications of chronic tonsillitis. That was all about chronic tonsillitis. Thank you for watching sqadia.com.